So today we're going to start a new topic. This topic is for grammar, okay? So it means we have to learn a structure and then practice, okay? Remember that. So in this case, we are going to learn a new type of questions, okay? Probably you remember the usual question or the normal question that we use that is like, hey, where do you live, right? That type of question that is, well, simple. Like we ask for something in a specific. Where do you live? How are you? It's another simple question, right? It's a question that is direct to someone. So we don't have to use another message or we don't try to explain or ask for something else. It's just simple. Then we have questions that are like asking for permission, like, could you help me with this? Or could you help me telling me where is the hospital? So those are questions that has another message, you know? Like, hey, could you tell me where is the hospital? Oh, I don't know where is the hospital. Okay, so I already asked it, in this case, two things. If you know where is the hospital and if you can help me, right? So these are two questions. So the idea for today is to learn about what we call tag questions, okay? So a tag question, maybe you think of, or maybe you know about a tag. A tag is something we have like here with our name. Es algo que tenemos, por ejemplo, es pegado con nuestro nombre. Maybe in a marketplace, I don't know, that they have like something that says their name, right? But just using the example of tag, okay? So it's something that is like stick with another sentence, okay? Está junto a otra oración. Just like an example. Eso era solo un ejemplo, pero es una forma de ver, okay? Why? Well, a tag question, what the tag questions do, sorry, but this is too big. So what tag questions do is that we use a sentence and then we use a small question. Okay? So it's like we are saying a sentence. For example, maybe I can say this to you. You work in a nice place. So you work in a nice place, it's a good sentence, like it's describing something. But if I say, don't you? So these are the tag questions. Tag questions means that we use another sentence and then we use a short question. So the idea is that you explain or we say something like you work in a nice place. Maybe I can say, for example, you changed something in your outfit, did you? Okay, you changed something in your outfit, did you? So the question is saying like, oh, I noticed something, but I want to confirm. So the main idea of that question is to confirm something. Okay. So we do a statement and then we want to confirm or to get like the answer of the person. Okay. Intentamos confirmarlo. So you work in a nice place. If I say just like that, well, that is just a sentence. Ahí ya es solo una oración. Okay. En cambio, si I use the don't you, then what I am saying is confirming with you if you think the same in this case. En este caso es una opinión lo que quiero saber. Probablemente tú no pienses lo mismo, ¿no? You work in a nice place, don't you? Well, I don't think so. Well, that confirms that maybe you don't think the same. So the main idea of the tag question, is that we want to hear the answer of the person. Queremos escuchar o confirmar la respuesta de la persona. Okay? Maybe I can say, Carlos Rivera is a good singer, isn't he? So maybe you don't think the same in this case. Oh, sorry. Isn't he? So maybe you don't think the same. Maybe you say, no, I don't think so. So I want to confirm your or to know your opinion. Okay? So this is the main idea of the tag question. So now, something, until this point, is it clear? ¿Hasta este punto se entiende?
Yes.
Yes. Evan, is it clear?
Yes.
Thanks. Okay. So now the structure. Something very important about the structure is that we use an affirmative sentence. Like we can see here. Carlos Rivera is a good singer. Okay, that's the affirmative sentence. But what about the question? Well, the question will be negative. Always. Or, depending on what we want to do. Be negative. Or vice versa. Okay, so this word, vice versa, means that you can change the order. What, in this case, how? Well, maybe I can use a negative sentence, like here. You work in a nice place. Well, maybe I can say the negative form. You don't work in a bad place. Do you? So I change the idea in this case using an affirmative sentence and the question, a negative sentence, sorry, and the question in affirmative, sorry. So maybe I can use another example, like in this case, let's see. You don't want to play video games, do you? Do you want to play video games? Do you? So in this case, I am trying to confirm something in negative, like I don't know, but we can use both, okay? We can use both in this case just to confirm it. It's just this type of sentences or questions that we want to hear the other person's opinion. So using like, you don't want to play video games, do you? Oh, well, maybe you want to do it, but maybe you can't. Probablemente quieres hacerlo, pero no puedes. Maybe I can change this, like you can't play video games, do you? Right? So now, something that also is very important is that the question doesn't have to be long. Why? Because the question is, in this case, corresponding in the auxiliary, sorry. So something that you really have to focus, I will put it here like this, always focus on the auxiliary. So we have to use the corresponding auxiliary. So if we have Carlos Rivera is a good singer, well, in this case, we are not using an auxiliary, we are using the verb to be, isn't he? Why? Because it's simple, or simple present. You work in a nice place, don't you? There, we are using an auxiliary, don't. Why? Because in this case, in simple present, the auxiliary we use for negative is don't, or the verb do in negative, okay? Also in the questions, like here, you don't want to play video games, do you? Maybe if I say, you are not going to play video games, are you? So the auxiliary is the verb to be, right? So always focus on the auxiliary, even if it doesn't appear in the sentence, okay? Incluso si no aparece en la oración. We have to always check what is the auxiliary verb, or to always focus on the auxiliary verb. Hello, Isabel. So, Isabel, we are learning a new type of question that is called the tag questions, okay? I will explain it briefly for you to understand what we are checking, okay? Lo explico corto para que así puedas saber qué es lo que estamos aprendiendo hoy, okay? So, the tag questions, Isabel, is a question we use with a sentence like this, in affirmative, and a question in negative, okay? So we use a short question or a small question like, don't you? And a large sentence that maybe says all the idea we want to confirm. So we use the tag question to confirm something, okay? Also, remember this. It can be the affirmative sentence and the question in negative, or the sentence in negative and the question in affirmative, like this example, okay? And the last idea, we always have to check the auxiliary. Now, we are going to check some samples, okay? Before you do some other examples. So in the case of samples in the tag questions, maybe we can use sample, check this one. Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz wrote many poems, didn't she? That is obviously in the common way, that is affirmative sentence and negative questions. But also we can use this. Can you read it, Fatima?
Unfortunately, she could learn many languages. Could she?
Okay. Unfortunately. Okay.
Unfortunately. Come on.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yes, like that. Unfortunately. Like saying late, lately. Okay. But with N. So this is one of the examples. It's like the idea is the same, just trying to confirm something. Unfortunately, she couldn't learn many languages. Could she? Well, we know she couldn't, or she could. Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz wrote many poems, didn't she? So, confirming, okay, the history said, yes, she wrote a lot of poems. So, yes. Maybe in other cases, we can use, for example, oh, sorry. What is this? I don't know what was that. Many people prefer coffee over tea, didn't they? So the idea in this case, obviously, it's like something what we can say overall. It's like habla de todo, no? Many people prefer coffee over tea, don't they? In this case, we don't know, but we want to confirm maybe, yes, a lot of people drink more coffee than tea, right? Maybe we can say something like that. So the questions are like that. We can ask, we can say our opinion. En muchas de estas podemos simplemente decir nuestra opinión de algo o lo que realmente podemos explicar. ¿Ok? So now we are going to see some questions, okay? Some sentences, sorry. But before, can you copy this and then you tell me when you finish, please?
Finish.
Okay, perfect. We are going to wait for the rest.
Finish.
Finish.
Okay, perfect. So now what we are going to do is the next. So I'm going to dictate some sentences, okay? First, I'm going to dictate, you are going to copy them, obviously. And then you're going to check, obviously, that they are all right. And we are going to do an activity with those sentences, okay? So, are you ready to copy? ¿Ya están listos para copiar?
Yes.
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 Okay, so these sentences, some are short and others are long. So I will start with the first one. Walt Disney has been the most influential company in infant movies. Walt Disney has been the most influential company in infant movies. One more time. Walt Disney has been the most influential company in infant movies. One more or the next?
Next.
Next. Eva and Isabel, next.
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 Okay, perfect. The pandemic of COVID-19 changed everybody's lives. The pandemic of COVID-19 changed everybody's lives. And one last time, the pandemic of COVID-19 changed everybody's lives. Ready? Okay. Number 3. You won't buy a house tomorrow. You won't buy a house tomorrow. Last time. You won't buy a house tomorrow. Ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Number 4. Gina and Ted couldn't get their apartment last year. Gina and Ted couldn't get their apartment last year. One more time. Gina and Ted couldn't get their apartment last year. Okay. Next one, number 5. Kiara shouldn't keep working being sick. Kiara shouldn't keep working being sick. And the last time, Kiara shouldn't keep working being sick. Next is, you don't have to attend class on Saturday. You don't have to attend class on Saturday. You don't have to attend class on Saturday. Next is, and the last one, I am your friend. And that's it. I am your friend. Now, before we check the sentences, we are going to log out and log in again, okay? So I will see you in 1 minute. Okay. So I will put the sentences here so you can start checking if you have everything right. Okay. Everything is on place. Okay, so check the sentence and tell me when you are finished. Ready? ¿Terminaron de checar?
Yes.
Yes.
Isabel? You too?
No.
No, okay, tell me.
Finish.
Okay, now, so I will explain what you are going to do, okay? So the idea is that you are going to write the TAT questions for these sentences, okay? So the same that we did here, that we have this kind of sentence, you are going to do it, okay? So remember, check or try to focus on the auxiliary. The idea is that you will check the auxiliary for the sentence, okay? So what you have to do is obviously just write the question that is missing, okay? So we have the sentence, we need the question. Remember, it's a short question. Is it clear what we are going to do? ¿Se entiende lo que haremos?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I will give you 5 minutes to do it, and then we check, okay? So, in the case you need more time, you will need to tell me, okay? So I will put the board, and I will select one of you, and you're going to tell me the answer, okay? So Fatima, the first one, tell me. Read the sentence and then tell me the tag question, okay?
Okay. Walt Disney has been the most influential company in fan movies, hasn't it?
Hasn't it, exactly. Hasn't it, yes. In this case, why? The verb has is the auxiliary. Very good, Fatima. Evan, the number 2.
The pandemia of, ¿cómo se dice 2019?
The pandemic, first, of COVID-19.
Of 2019. Then everybody lives, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's no, it's changed. Okay, it's in past, Evan. Okay. So Isabel, do you have this one? ¿Es la 2, Isabel? Hello, Isabel. Well,
Sorry.
the number 2, do you have it?
The pandemic or COVID-19 changed
Changed. Yes.
everybody's
Lives.
life hasn't.
Hasn't. No, it's not a
No.
hasn't. Okay, the verb is didn't it. Why? It's in past. What is the auxiliary of the past simple? Did. So, didn't it? Didn't. Okay, number 3. Evan. Oh, no, sorry. You give you try the answer that Fatima, the number 3.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
You won't buy a house tomorrow, will you?
Will you? Exactly. Will you? Okay. And Isabel, number 4.
Gina and Ted could get their apartment last could say
Cool they? Yes, cool they.
could.
Exactly. Cool they. Very good. Evan, number 5. Yara.
Kiara shouldn't keep working, being sick. Um, es que no sé si
Sorry?
no sé si estoy correcto.
Tell me the answer. We check it. Dime la respuesta y la checamos. Don't worry. El punto es ese, practicarlo, así que tenemos que ver si está correcto o incorrecto lo que pusiste. A ver.
Es hasn't she.
Okay. Tell me, in this case, Evan, what is, just look at the sentence, okay? Kiara shouldn't keep working being sick. Tell me, what is the auxiliary verb? ¿Cuál es el verbo auxiliar de esa oración, Evan? Evan?
El verbo auxiliar.
Yes. Which one is the auxiliary verb on this sentence? ¿Cuál es en esa oración? ¿Cuál es el verbo auxiliar?
Shouldn't.
Exactly. So, in the tag question, we use the auxiliary verb, okay? Recordemos eso. Usamos el verbo auxiliar. So, shouldn't is in negative. So, in this case, the answer is should, she. Oh, sorry. So we use the auxiliary verb. Okay. Number 6, Fatima.
No, you don't have to attend class on Saturday, do you?
Do you? Why? Because, well, we have the verb do, right? So it's in simple present. Do you? Yes. And the last one, Isabel.
I am your friend, aren't I?
Sorry?
Ay, perdón. I am your friend, aren't I?
Aren't I? Yes. Okay, aren't I? Very good. Very good. So, why aren't I? Is the way we can use are in negative, right? You aren't, they aren't, no? We can also use am I not? Why? Because I am your friend, am I not? Podemos usar estas dos formas. ¿Por qué? Porque en específico cuando usamos el I am en una pregunta podemos usar el are, pero es solo cuando es negativo, como este tipo de preguntas que son como reflexivas, le podemos llamar. Okay. Okay. Okay, very good. So remember this, that is important. Something that will help always with the tough questions. Algo que siempre ayuda con el tough questions. Read the sentence, okay? Check the sentence you have without the question, for example, no? Imagine you don't have the question here. So, estaba intentando taparlo en mi mano, pero claro, eso no lo iban a ver ustedes. So imagine you don't have the question of these sentences. So Carlos Rivera is a good singer. We know that is the verb to be. For example, we can use another sentence. I will use it to explain it again. Okay. Let's see. You promised me to buy me a new, well, you promised to buy me a new cell phone. Okay. So we have here a sentence that is in simple past, right? Promised to buy. So in the simple past is didn't, right? Did, the auxiliary. So you promised to buy me a new cell phone, didn't you? So yeah. So always we don't see the auxiliary verb, we have to remember like, okay, will, well, okay, won't, have or has, haven't or hasn't. The simple present and simple past, the verb do, respectively. Respectivamente, el verbo do, en cualquiera de los dos. Entonces, tenemos que checar eso siempre. Siempre hay que, cuando sean casos de que tenemos que responder o algo así, un ejemplo, o una oración, y hacerla una tag question, siempre leamos correctamente. ¿Ok? Oh, sorry. Can write, I don't know why. So that is the idea. Then we have another type of questions, okay? Tenemos otros tipos de preguntas. And we're going to see briefly this because we're not going to have enough time. But this is what we call, sorry, before we continue. Everything about the tag question, is it clear? Or is there any question? ¿Alguna pregunta sobre el tag question o alguna duda antes de que pasemos a la siguiente tipo de pregunta?
No.
No. Isabel, Evan, ¿alguna pregunta o duda?
No.
Okay. Just to make sure. So the next type of question is what we call embedded. Embedded questions. So before we understand this, we need to understand, before we start, we need to understand what is embedded. So the best idea of embedded is like together or hide. Es como oculto, okay? So when we do an embedded question, it's because we are doing indirect questions, okay? So an indirect questions is because we do one question that has another question in it, okay? Hacemos una pregunta y preguntamos otra cosa también con esa misma, okay? Maybe a direct question, well, the first start is with, los primeros que veremos serán double H questions, okay? This is the most common, right? The direct question is what we know, like, where is the restaurant? Okay. This is a direct question. So this means we only have one idea we need to know, the location of the restaurant. In a direct question, what we do is to do it different. We change the main idea. Because maybe before I want to know if you know that info, okay? Now, before we continue, we're going to log out and log in again, okay? Entonces que continuemos, vamos a entrar y salir. So I will see you in 1 minute. So now, the embedded question, so the indirect question, it means that we want to ask two different things. We have another idea before the original question, okay? So maybe before I ask you, where's the restaurant? I want to know, do you know where is the restaurant? Oh. Or could you tell me where is the restaurant? So this is indirect. Why? Oh, sorry. Why this is indirect? Because before I ask you directly, or before you tell me where is the restaurant, you are going to confirm something. This is that you know the location of the restaurant, okay? So that means that I am asking two things before. I am asking two things in just one question. First, do you know where is the restaurant? Yes, I know where is it. Can you tell me where is the restaurant? Oh, yes. These are the two questions in just one. Esas son las dos preguntas en la misma. Eso es embedded question. Two questions that are together, that are fusioned in one, that are mixed in one question. So most of the time, we are going to use this type of question that is, we're going to use this vocabulary like, could you tell me? This is what we call polite. Polite. Es lo que llamamos como amable. ¿Por qué? Could you tell me? It's like asking before permission. Asking for permission first. Es como pedir un permiso antes de que hagas la pregunta. Okay? Because maybe you don't know when you tell me, no, I don't know. Sorry. Okay, don't worry. So I know that you don't know in this case, and maybe you are not going to help me, so don't worry. So maybe I can ask another thing. What time is it? This is direct, okay? Direct question. What time is it? ¿Qué hora es? So we don't need another thing just to ask what time is it. But maybe you don't have your cell phone or you don't have the where to check the time, okay? So in that case, where you don't know, or in that case you want to confirm if a person can tell you, you say, could you tell me what time is it? Or do you know what time is it? What time it is? Okay. In this case, be careful because I made just one mistake that I forgot. This. Obviously, we have two questions, okay? Aquí son dos preguntas, si lo pueden ver. We have the first part. Could you tell me where the restaurant is? We have to be careful because these are two questions in one sentence. So the second part, it has to follow the structure of a common sentence. Tiene que seguir la estructura de una oración normal. ¿Por qué? What time it is? Yes, I can tell you what time it is. Esa es la diferencia. What time is it? Esa es la pregunta. This is the order. Así es como sería el orden. Pero aquí ya no lo usamos como una pregunta, sino como parte de una oración. Entonces su orden cambia, vuelve a ser como una oración normal, ¿ok? En caso de que hagan una pregunta así, tienen que checarlo que sea más o menos con ese cuidado, ¿ok? Okay. At this point, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. So, So, and I will write this point because this is important. Esta es la mejor manera de decirlo realmente. We use the structure of the second question in affirmative way. As if it were in affirmative way. Es lo que explicaba ahorita. Pero usamos la estructura como si fuera una oración. Obviamente, ¿qué oración? Afirmativa. What time is it is? But that is in affirmative, obviously. So that point is the one that we have to check. Obviously, we have different type of embedded questions. We are not going to see them now. No vamos a verlas ahora, pero hay diferentes tipos de embedded questions. Las veremos mañana. So, can you copy this and you tell me? No, just take a screenshot of this part, okay? And tomorrow you're going to copy another part, okay? So, ¿se pueden tomar una captura de esta parte? Dicen cuando ya lo tengan listo.
Ready.
Ready? Okay. Isabel, Fatima?
Me too.
Finish.
So, okay. So that will be for the class. That will be everything for today, class. So we are going to continue tomorrow, okay? So when I say bye-bye.